Hey guys, my name is Steph and today I'm going to talk to you about how to tackle moving in day on your first week of university. Now things will kind of differ here depending on whether you're going to be living in halls or in student accommodation, but most of the things I'm going to talk about will kind of link to both, so don't worry there. So really I'm just going to give you a few pointers on how to help you and a few tips about tackling moving in day and how to make the best of it really. My first tip is to arrive as early as possible. If you're in halls, you'll probably be given like a moving in slots, like 2 times that you have to move in between. I would say arrive as early as you can, just because it gives you the rest of the day to sort things out. If you need to go and buy something or if something goes wrong, then you've got the rest of the day to sort it out, and your parents will probably help you move in, so it's always good to make the most of them being there as well. I think it's really important on moving in day to introduce yourself to your new flatmates or your new housemates as soon as possible. It makes things kind of less awkward and you can bond over the moving in experience, and there'll be things that you'll want to discuss with them. So definitely introduce yourself as soon as you can really. In terms of actually moving your stuff into your flat or your house, I would say definitely get everything in from the car as quickly as you can. I think that's the first thing to do, is just get everything inside your flat or your house. If you're moving into halls, then there's probably going to be a certain time limit on how long you're allowed to have your car outside. So just get everything inside and then you can stay in and get stuff kind of sorted out and unpacked. Personally, I found it best to move all the kitchen stuff in first, so you can get everything sorted in there because you're going to need to eat. So definitely sort your kitchen stuff out first, and also make your bed up. I know that sounds kind of weird, but if that's the first thing you do, then you don't have to worry about it. So when you want to get into bed at the end of the day and you're really tired after like a big moving in day, you don't have to worry about like making your bed up and stuff. So I definitely make that one of the first things you do. If your new housemates, flatmates are there already when you move in or are moving in the same day, it's a really good idea to kind of get together and designate like cupboards and space so you can start unpacking in your little designated space. If they're not there, just pick a cupboard. First come, first serve, I guess. So just, you know, pick somewhere and then you can get on with unpacking. On moving in day or perhaps the day after, it's a good idea to get your bearings if you're in halls. Figure out where the communal room is, where the bin room is, where the laundry room is. Make sure you find where your little post box is and how that all works, just because you'll feel a lot more settled if you know where things are. Also, if you're in halls, head down to the communal area because there's bound to be some freebies going on. Like, who doesn't want free food and drink? So, you know, go down there. You might get a pen. Everybody loves a free pen. I'm sure there'll be staff around to help you make sure you're feeling settled and to help you if you've got any questions as well. What is this little piece of hair doing? Oh, it's really getting on my nerves. I keep like seeing it in the viewfinder and it's like, it's really bugging me. It's so hard being a girl. Once your flatmates have arrived, it's a really good idea to make a list of things that you need to go and buy as a flat or a house. So things like a kettle and a toaster you're going to want to buy together. So make a list of things you're going to need, and then it's a really nice idea to go for a little shop together and get those things, and then you can also get to know each other and stuff as well. Also, moving in day, probably my biggest tip is to go for a food shop with your parents, because they're probably not going to be there for the next like week, so you want to make the most of them, don't you really? And you're going to need food, and I think getting the basics in, like pasta and bread and milk and things like that, get all those in on the first day so that you've got at least something for the next few days to keep you going. And my final tip is leave your door open on moving in day, and also maybe for the next few days, just so you can get to know each other, get to know your flatmates, get to know the people on your floor, and that way everyone can kind of come in and speak to each other and get to know each other. Right, I think that's everything that I want to say. It's been a couple of years since I moved in to halls, so I'm trying to desperately remember what my first day was like. But yeah, those are the things I can come up with. I hope they're helpful. If you want to know anything else, or if you've got any other questions about moving in day and how to reduce the stress, then definitely leave me a comment below and I will get back to you. And don't forget to share this video and give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys!